Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to Film Major Reacts. Today we're going to be reacting to KSI's brand new music video, Killa Killa. I'm a huge fan of the song Killa Killa, and you know from my reaction to previous KSI videos, I am a pretty big fan of his music video direction. KSI's music videos tend to have very high production quality, a lot of use of CGI usually, so it's going to be interesting to see if he continues with that. But without further ado, let's react to Killa Killa by KSI. Right off the bat, before we get started, I do just want to say, looking at this first frame, it already looks very crisp. It looks like they either have a Cine lens on it that makes those lens flares pop. Cine lenses have a little bit of dusting on it that makes sure that when you look at a light or anything bright, it has these really nice and satisfying lens flares. Another way you could do this, like I said, KSI loves CGI, is these can be added in post. But from the looks of it, it does look like this is shot on a cinema camera with a cinema lens. So far, just off that one frame, looking pretty good.
Daddy run the trap when I'm in the streets. You don't wanna play, no. Got a target on your back standing next to me.
Hey, how no, you don't know who you're.
Black girl with that look in her eye that'll make the devil strong.
Okay, so yes, there is CGI, heavy, big time. This is kind of like the last music video that I broke down, Houdini, where he had these CGI screens popping up. So it does seem that that is kind of a continuation from Houdini. It also looks like he's wearing a similar outfit, but I don't think the two music videos are correlated. Yeah, so the CGI screen seems like an effect that KSI really enjoys. I really am enjoying the high-angle camera shots, especially of Aiyana-Lee. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It works very well as just a satisfying camera shot. It's unique and it looks really cool. A lot of crane shots already. As you see those shots that come down like this, those are just crane shots. You have it up on an automated crane or a manual crane, and you can lower and adjust the camera however you like, and it gives you that really smooth, no shakiness, everything just perfectly smooth type of shot. So far, very good. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more CGI involved in this, but we'll see what the story tells.
Be telling me, can you handle my type? Falling on my level now. Cause my killer, she like the realer. So papi, tell me, can you handle my type?
Hell no, you don't know who you're fucking with. Music.
Okay, so there was something slick there. So it looks like he is maybe like a hitman or an assassin of sorts, because Killa Killa is the name of the music video. She typed out, "Are you looking for any backup?" And it starts the song where he says, "Hell no, blah, 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 do you know who you're fucking with?" I can't, say half of that line because I am white. So already correlating the music video with the lyrics of the song that he originally wrote. So it kind of seems like, when he wrote this song, he may have had a music video already in his head of an idea of what he wanted to do. So far, so good.
But you know the internet, I kill all of that. 20 million when I see the net, I made all of that. Even when I'm ill, I see the vet, I'm an animal. They know I'm eating up the threat like I'm
Okay. So CGI on his eye right there, it made it look like cloudy when he said he's an animal. Don't know what kind of animal has cloudy eyes, but I'm guessing it's just like a freak of nature, a beast, because KSI always talks about he's a beast. There was a little bit of transition between regular lighting and then negative lighting. That's just something you can do in post. Very easy to do. So far, very good CGI. Again, stuff that I would never be able to comprehend in a system, and I would usually outsource CGI on a project if I wanted to have any CGI.
Nah. Aiyana, I look ridiculous. I'm not wearing this. Nope. No. Alright, tell me what I'm teleporting to. I got no reason to panic when all the money paid. Tailor-made, wearing the money now that I'm feeling sway. Money made, now I can choose a... Okay,
so it almost looks like KSI is some sort of Predator, Reaper from Overwatch, Omen from Valorant type assassin, I think. He's got all these supernatural powers, sort of like, again, a beast, a freak of nature, an unreal thing. So it looks like he's going to assassinate this dinner party. Don't know what these fine people did to KSI. All jokes aside though, the effects there were pretty well done. The brick warp, that's just an effect you can add after post. Again, CGI, anything you could think of you can do with CGI basically. The thermal aspect of it was cool. You saw their body temperatures. Again, all CGI. But the story here, I'm guessing, is he is some sort of assassin, but he's like a supernatural assassin, and he's continuing to go with that. And it's still fitting with the lyrics pretty well.
Whether on any day, anyway, king of the drama, killing it every...
Beerus made a cameo. Maybe that's what's going on. Beerus is behind it all. If you guys don't follow it, follow KSI's YouTube channel much, him and Beerus have a little bit of a beef. And I think that's a pretty funny thing to put in the villain's lair, have Beerus sitting on the shelf because he's kind of guiding the whole operation. KSI, be careful. Beerus is after you.
Hey, oh, no, you hurting cause you always throw back. Rolling through the pieces on a Kodak. I'm the cat saving like a goalie.
Okay, more CGI. Those glasses are just a prop. Just literally little goggle things with a flashlight in them. Nothing crazy. Again, with the cinema lens, that's probably what's causing that lens flare. Or, I mean, if it isn't a cinema lens, which 100% it is a cinema lens, but whether it has that lens effect is just kind of to be determined. You can, you know, with a lens, or you can do it in post.
Wishing, but I know you fucking hate it.
Okay, that shot is very, very, very cool. That's something that you can technically recreate with a sort of rail, or but most likely, again, with that, as much of a budget as KSI has, that's most likely CGI, but the pull away effect is just very cool. It's very reminiscent of, I would say, horror movies, except in the opposite. Horror movies, the victim usually gets pulled away. In this, it's the camera getting pulled away from KSI. The way that you would do that with a track system is you get like maybe a 20-foot rail, and you'd put it in like a 20-foot box, and you would, like a box big enough for KSI, and you'd put KSI inside of that whole prop thing, big production on the prop, and what you do is you just put that on a motorized track, and you would shoot the camera back, and then in post you would add some sort of blur effect to give it that warping look. But again, it would probably be most easiest to composite JJ at the, because that whole shot is not CGI when he's in there, that's like a prop. And then when it pulls away, that's probably a composite of KSI. And then you can animate the vent to make it look more real. That basically is what I'm saying, is you composite everything and then pull that with an animation. It really depends. Man, this one's tough to break down, I'm not gonna lie, because it's very interesting the way that these shots are playing it out.
Make the devil smile. Don't be telling me, can you handle my time? Falling on my level now. My me's a killer, she like a reader. So don't be telling me, can you handle my type?
Hell no, you don't know who you're, nah. You don't know who you're fucking with, nah. I know many come and go when I go to this. Legacy.
He's a robber. He's a bank robber, I think? He might be a little bit of both. He might be an assassin and a bank robber. I'm not really sure, because the song is called Killa Killa. So I'm imagining, here's my prediction. I'm imagining there's going to be some sort of slaughter of some sort, because it is KSI. He's probably going to take it to the extreme. I'll have to see if I'm correct on that, but I don't think they would just have him stealing money in the music video for a song called Killa Killa. These shots, the bills are flying around. Super easy to do. Get a bunch of fake money, put it on the ground, and start getting leaf blowers going. Gives you a super cool effect. And then the blue lighting, of course the set's going to be tinted blue a little bit, but in post you can bring those cool tones down like this, and then you have a cooler look to the video. And then back to normal, of course. And let's continue.
Fiddling, and another man, and then I'm leaving them piddling. I'm a beast when I'm on it, harder than your bonnet. I really want it like Buffalo needing women, shredding it, disrespect, and then I'm dead in it. Repeating me winning the figure like I'm Benedict.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm staring at right now, but his hair, so I can tell that that is colored in post, because his hair went from red to purple. So that definitely is colored in post. I don't know what I'm staring at here. It looks like a money body, but we're about to see. Those bills definitely do look fake though, so that's 100% CGI. Anyways, what was happening there was just his verse, and I think that was a good setting. I think having the bills fly around is a really cool look. But yeah, we'll continue.
Got the money flowing proper like an ATM.
Okay, so that was in fact a CGI body, or a CGI money body dancing. That's kind of nuts. There's a few different ways to do that. The easiest is to just clear out that room, leave the money on the ground. Don't have any money flying because you want to have as still of a shot as you can to place him in there, and then you can add your own CGI bills flying around the money body dancing. So I think that's a full CGI shot. No person being mocapped in it at all. I think that's a pre-rendered dance that you can purchase off the internet. You can go to different websites and purchase like CGI models or CGI movements. And I think that's what they did right there.
See me glowing proper with that alien. Taller than the Mac when I gotta stack it up.
That guy looks familiar.
She sounding like Chewbacca when she back it up.
That girl with that look in her eye that'll make the devil stop.
Really satisfying transition there. Him walking towards the camera, and then it transitions to somebody's back walking away from the camera. That's just a super easy film trick you can do. You just literally take your camera, shove it into somebody's front, and then your next shot, splice it in the edit, and splice it into somebody walking away from the camera. That's a super satisfying transition.
Telling me, can you handle my type? Falling on my level now. 'Cause my me's a killer, killer. Shoot like a reader.
Uh-oh. Okay, so he froze time. It's hitting on the chorus, my man's a killa, killa, and it looks like there's wine flying in the air, but I imagine that wine is gonna soon turn into blood. He froze everything. There's a few different ways you can do this. If you remember from the Body Bag music video that Slow Thigh did, Slow Thigh, sorry, I don't know why I pronounced the TH. If you remember from that music video, he had a shot that I thought was CGI, but the director actually reached out to me, and it turns out that they molded pieces of blood splatter and stuff and had it 3D printed to have that still effect, and then the actors just stood still. So what I'm wondering here is, the money definitely doesn't look real. The money looks like it's CGI. But the wine splatter, that might be, you know, a prop. That might be a physical thing. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking right now. Now, it could all be CGI, but I can't tell I just won't be able to tell.
Tell me, can you handle my type?
Yeah, hell no, you don't know who you're fucking with.
Oh, we got a little KSI verse going on in here. Little KSI music verse. Okay, interesting. To be continued. At the end there, that's just a red and a blue light flashing on KSI. Super easy to do. Again, I just don't know if those wine drops and everything that was frozen in there is a physical item, because that would make those shots look very realistic and even more easier to do. But I'm not 100% sure, because KSI's budget is very large, so it could be CGI. It's hard. That was a very good music video. It was shot almost like a actual like film or a TV show. It had a whole plot, you know. That might be one of KSI's best music videos. Before it was on point, I would say. But that was a very good music video. I think the CGI did a little bit too much at times. Like, I think the money dancing CGI, I'm sure it was just for a goof, but it kind of takes you out of all the other CGI that looks pretty well done. And then I did just want to roll back here. Okay, so this shot right here where he's making the face at the guy and there's that dollar behind his ear, that dollar is 100% CGI. If you look at the earlier dollars in the earlier in the video, you'll see that it has a little bit different of a color, a little bit different of a tone, and I think it clips a tiny bit as well. If I go frame by frame here, yep, you can see it getting erased right there. and you can still see the blood as well. So that now tells me that all those prosthetics are not prosthetics and it is all CGI, something I never thought I'd catch. And yeah, but nonetheless, you know, everybody makes mistakes in their CGI, everybody makes mistakes in their edits. Not a lot of people are gonna notice that. Really, nobody's gonna notice that, unless you're like really looking hard for it. It just caught me out of the corner of my eye. But yeah, other than that, I think the video was very well done. And I think KSI is going on a great route. You know, I think his music is improving, his music videos are improving. His music videos always have been good, but they're just getting better and better. We recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and I just can't stop thanking you guys. Thank you again for helping me pass 1K. I want to try to hit 1,500 by the end of the year. It's a big goal, but I think it's possible, and I think we can do it. If you did enjoy this breakdown and reaction, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and leave a comment down below for what you want to see next. Without further ado, it's been your boy Alex Russell Films, and I hope you all have an amazing day.
Hell no, you don't know who you're fucking with. Music punching all the internet, I kill all of that. 20 million